that one. So, Pilates, we'll do our warm up. We'll do the session. There's not so much a set break. So if you do need to go have a drink, have a rest, then please do. So don't wait. So just make sure you're not waiting. Right, let me lower that. So let's get going then for today. So let's start as we always do, march on the spot. Perfect. So nice and easy. There we go. Nice and easy marching. Let those arms just by the side. Nice and relaxed. Nothing too strenuous for today. Really nice. And then, if you can, you're going to stay marching and you're going to roll those shoulders back. So we've got two things at the same time. Like I said, if you need to, stop the legs and focus on the arms, all right? So you don't have to do the two things at the same time. To make it easier, take out that march. Roll the shoulders forwards for me. So again, nice big shoulder rolls forwards. Lovely. Really warm up those arms. Lovely, really nice. And last one, stop marching. We're all going to take the arms back. So nice big circles with the arms. Lovely. Remember, if you're with somebody, make sure you're not going to hit them. Make sure you're not going to hit anything in your room. So just be aware of your space that's around you. Lovely. And then last one, change direction. Take those arms forwards. Again, nice big circles. Allow the torso to have a slight sort of twist. So it works with you. Don't keep that torso stiff because it will hurt. Lovely. Last one, pop those arms down. We're going to go into those heel digs. So heel at the front, the toes are pointing to the ceiling, and that supporting leg is going to bend, okay? So don't lock that knee. I want you to allow the supporting leg to soften, to bend. And remember, the more you can move and balance, the more you can push back in the hips when you do it, the harder those heel digs become. All right, so the deeper you can go, the harder it's going to be. Really nice. And then we're going to go into a little pattern. So you're going to do a single, single, and then two on the same leg. So single, single, and two. Nice. So one, two. Lovely. One, two. Very good. One, two. Two more times. One, two. Last time. One, two. Change to a leg curl. So bring up the leg. You're really trying to get that leg to the glute, so the heel coming up behind to that glute. If you're sitting on a chair, try and have a chair that you can kick underneath. If you can't kick underneath your chair, then you take the legs forwards rather than behind. All right, so that's just a little alternative. Oh, if you're doing it, carry on. Sorry, Chris is just coming in. Keep going, keep going. Where were we? So, with the legs, every time you're going to lift up the leg for me, I want you to bring up the biceps. So we're going to do nice bicep curls as we're using the leg. So every time you lift that leg, the arms come up too. And really try to pin the elbows into the side of the body. So no spaghetti arms like this. Nice and controlled. Lovely. There we go. Really nice. Pin them in. Lovely. And then from here, we're going to go into our opposite. So everyone just take a breath, take a breather, shake out the arms. If the hips are starting to hurt, just walk through the heels and that will release the tension. But what you're going to do is you're going to bring up one leg and you're going to use the opposite arm. You're then going to switch. So we're going to focus on opposites. Okay, so we're using opposite leg, opposite arm. That's, to be fair, all I can see of most of you is your torso, so your legs aren't doing anything, to be honest. But I'm going to assume you're all doing it, so well done, keep it going. And then I'm going to count you down, and we're going to change so that you're going to do the same arm and same leg, okay? So 3, 2, 1. You've got, I can't even do it, same arm.
I'm going to start here. I can't. Where's mine?
Same arm, same leg. Perfect. Keep going.
I can do it. So that's where I find.
Same arm, same leg.
Find the.
Lovely. One last time. We're going to switch. Okay, you're going to switch to opposites.
You can't do it now.
Are you ready?
Why
3,
don't you turn your volume
2, 1. Changing. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Opposite arm, opposite leg. If you need to stop, have a breather, think about it, and then come back in. Of course you can. Some will find that change easy, and some will find that change difficult. Lovely. Last one. Awesome.
Yeah.
Shake out the arms again. Walking through those heels just to release that tension. Really nice. From here, we're going to do a bit of our arms. So what I want you to do is reach the arms forwards and pull them back. Forward and pull. Nice. Really think about really pulling back. Those shoulder blades meet in the middle of the back. So you're really squeezing the shoulder blades together. Like it. Keep going. Remember, keep that tummy nice and tight. So engage that core by sucking that belly button towards the spine. Really nice. And then we're going to change. You're going to reach down to the floor and pull up. Down to the floor and up. Again, really push
No, I got it here.
those elbows up. Nice. Keep going. Really reach and pull. Reach and pull. If it's coming a bit too much and it's a bit hard, then lower the arms. So just reach halfway. Okay, so that's going to make it easier. Reaching all the way up is going to make it harder. Nice. Last one. And then change again. So you're going to reach up to the ceiling and pull down. Up, pull down. Up, pull down. So imagine you're grabbing onto something, you're pulling it down. Nice. Really good. Lovely. Really warming up that back, warming up the arms. Really nice. Margaret, just be careful with this one on your back, because this might put a lot of pressure on that lower back. So if you need to sit down, do. Don't feel like you have to keep standing.
Thanks.
Nice. Last one. Awesome. Again, shake out the arms if you need to. We're going to go straight into our toe touches. So if you have done this one before, my regulars, crack on. If you haven't done this one before, you need to make sure your legs are hip width apart or wider if you can. You're going to use your opposite arm and you're going to reach down towards the opposite toe, okay? Depending on flexibility, you can reach your toe, your shin, or your knee. You're then going to change sides and go the other way, okay? So it's a nice touch between the two. What I really want you to do, though, is when you're touching, that knee should be bent, it should be over the toes, the other leg is straight, and you should feel it in your hamstring. If you can't, get the legs a little bit wider, and you should feel that stretch. So like I said, work with your flexibility. Bump in the way. I can't get all the way down now. Nice.
No.
Really good. Couple more for me, just to really open up the back and the hamstrings. And then what I would like you to do is you're going to come to centre, you're going to roll up through the spine, head's the last thing to come up. Lovely, just checking on you all. And then from here, we're only going to do a few of these. We're going to work the hips in a minute. You might need a chair to balance on, okay? So just make sure you've got something if you need it. Just open up the gate. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll that hip, nice, round, circular motion. Make it harder, lift up the knee higher, make it easier, lower the knee. All right, so it's going to make it easy to lower that knee. Reverse and go the other way. Not worrying too much about these at the minute. Like I said, we're going to do some hip work later on, so I don't want you to overdo it. Change legs for me. Lovely, and then go the other way. Remember, the higher the knee, the harder it's going to be. Keep that knee low, and it's going to be easier. Awesome, and last one, pop it down. We're going to go into our side-to-side lunges. So, legs wide if you can. If you struggle to keep the legs wide, then keep the legs underneath the hips. So keep them in line with your hips. If you can, get them wider. All right, it just adds that little bit more of a sort of harder level for you. Side to side lunges. So you're going to lean to one side and then you're going to lean the other side. And we're going to keep changing between. So as you're doing this, knee over toe. Really important with that technique. If you can, get the legs wide enough so you can feel that hamstring working. Allow the torso to have a slight tilt forward. So you're not sitting up, you've got a slight tilt forward in the torso. If that lower back is a bit painful this morning though, this afternoon, you might want to sit up straighter just to take the pressure off. All right, so if you're going to lean forward, it's going to work the back a little bit more, okay? Lovely. If you're on that chair, you can still do this. Get those legs wide and lean.
Yeah, because I put them up the top, didn't I? That's why.
Now, guard up for me.
We're
going to go into that boxing ring. So you're going to stay on one side and you're going to hook, hook. You're going to go the other way. Hook, hook. Nice. Change. Hook, hook. Lovely. Hook, hook. Really good. Hook, hook. Nice. Again. Keep going. Keep changing. So now you've got the pattern. Think about your technique. All right. So the power is coming from the shoulder. Okay. Use that back of the shoulder.
Good.
To really help you.
Okay, well done, Noel.
Lovely. Really good. Nice. Last one. Now change. Jab it forwards. So jab, jab. Nice. Jab, jab. Punch it. Really good. And again, this time, allow the torso to move with those punches. All right, so the torso is not static. It's nice and fluid. The punch is just above the eye line. Okay, so it's not straight ahead. It's not down. It's just above that eye line. Really good. Nice. Keep it going. Last one. Awesome. Drop the arms. Bring those legs in. We're going to do a little sequence. Now, I think last week with Pilates, we did the knee and kick. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it up a little bit. So we're going to do hook, hook, punch, punch, knee, knee. Okay? So before you start, my technique's slightly different to you because I've got a bump in the way. None of you lot have. So with my knee lifts, they're going to have to go out to the side to accommodate both. With your knee lifts, I want them in front of you. Okay, so that's as high as I can go without squishing baby. So the higher you can lift your knee up in front, the harder it's going to be. I have to do mine to the side because I can't get my knee up. All right, so just so that in case you're wondering why I had to change it, that's the reason why. But I really want your knees directly in front of you. Okay, and the higher you can lift them, the harder it's going to be. So get that guard up. Are you ready? So we've got hook, hook, punch, punch, lift the knee and knee. Good. Hook, hook, punch, punch, lift the knee, knee. Really good. Like it. So now you've got that pattern. When you're punching and jabbing, I want you to really push the weight from side to side. So you're almost swaying between that. So rather than having it static here, you're going to be pushing the weight from side to side. And again, it just makes it a little bit harder. It gets the whole body working. So it's a full body workout rather than just the arms. Nice. Really, really good.
It's really covered.
And knee. Couple more for me. Punch, punch, knee, and knee. Lovely. Last one. And punch, punch. Lovely. Knee, knee. Awesome. Just again, shake out the arms if you need to. Walk through those. Right, this one for me. You're going to need a little bit of room because we're going to do some walking forwards and we're going to turn around and then come back the other way. What you're going to do first is you're going to walk on your tiptoes. Okay, so I think we've done this, most of you did this before. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. So you're going to come up onto your tiptoes and then as you walk, the smaller the gap you can make your feet, the harder it's going to be. Increase the gap. It's going to make it easier. Okay, so one way, you're going to walk on your tiptoes. All right, when you get to the end, you're going to turn around and then you're going to walk on your heels. So by doing that, you need to push the hips back and then you can walk on your heels. Again, the smaller the gap, the harder it's going to be. Increase the gap, it's going to make it easier. So that's the first thing I want you to do. We're going to do there, back, there, and back. All right, and then when you're done, just come back into the screen so I know you're done. Okay, so in your own time, set yourself up tiptoes first. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. So tiptoeing first. Think about your posture, remember. So try not to look directly down. I want you to look a little bit up so you can get those shoulders back and relax. Perfect. Then you're going to go the other way on your heels. Really nice.
It started raining.
No.
Again, on your tiptoes, think about posture. Where you're looking, relax the shoulders down the back. And then you're going to go on your heels. You're going to really push back in the hips. Again, focus. Arms out to balance if you need to help. Hands on hips. Up to you. And then when you're done, just come back to the screen and let me just check. You're all ready. Perfect. So if you're finishing up, don't rush. The next thing I want you to do is we're going to do side steps. So we're going to do it. Perfect. This time you're gonna step, cross the leg in front, step, cross behind. Okay, so your pattern is step, cross in front, step, cross behind, step, cross in front, step, cross behind. So that's your pattern. Again, the smaller you can make it, the harder it's going to be. If you've had any hip replacements or your hips aren't quite right, do not cross. Okay, really, really, really important. If your hips are a bit weak or you've had a hip replacement, you do not cross. What I want you to do instead is you're going to step together, okay, and that's your pattern, all right? That's if you've had any operations like that on the hips. So, off you go. I want you to do there and back. So I'm going to do it once. The gap, the harder it is. So you've got step, cross in front, step, cross behind, step, cross in front, step, cross behind. Lovely, really good. Again, think about where you're looking. All right, so think about posture. If you're looking directly down the floor, you're going to hunch. So look up slightly, allow the shoulders to drop, allow the spine to be nice and in line. Awesome. Once you've done your last one, I'm going to make it do one more, I'm going to make it harder. You're going to go up onto tiptoes and do the same thing. Step, cross in front, step, cross behind. This time, you're on tiptoes. If you find it too hard on tiptoes, go back to doing it on flat feet. Really good. Last time for me. Step, cross in front, step, cross behind. My balance is awful today. So you've got to do better than me. I can't concentrate, I can't talk. Really good. And then once you've done that round, come back into the screen. Perfect. Okay. Slight change. I was going to do the chair, but not today. We're going to do, before we move on to our Pilates stretches and our hip work, what I would like you to do is you're either going to come onto the floor or you can do it on a chair. What I will say though is this one on the floor is safe for me to do with baby, so I'm going to be doing it on the floor. It's the one we're going to go onto all fours, okay? So it's not fully on the floor doing ab work. We're going to be going onto all fours, and it's more about balance, okay? But if you're on a chair, you can still do this. So if you need to grab your chair, please do it now.
Okay.
Just quickly, whilst you're getting it ready, so if I put my chair there. So if you're on a chair, what you're going to be doing, if I'm bringing one leg up in the air on the chair, you'll be bringing one leg up on the chair, okay? If I'm going to be bringing an arm and a leg up, you'll also do the same, arm and leg, okay? So you can still do that on the chair. When we're pulsing the leg, lift your leg up 90 degrees and you do small little pulses so the foot stays off the floor, but you're just bouncing that leg up and down small, okay? So small movement, and then you can put that leg down. So you can still do this even if you're sitting. If you're going to be doing it on the floor with me, try and get something comfortable. Try and get something that's a mat or a rug or anything like that. So if you're coming onto the floor, I'll give you a couple of seconds just to get set up. This is a nice, easy one to do on the floor. So if you are worried about doing floor exercises, personally for me, this one is where you should start because it's a nice, easy one. If you're worried as well coming up and out of the floor, have a chair nearby, okay, and that's going to help you. So, I think heads have disappeared and people are sitting, so I think you're ready. So, if you are on the floor with me, what I would like you to do is come into all fours, okay? So you have your hands on the floor, and then what I like to do, your knees are going to be directly under your hips, so keep them nice and in line. Hands are going to be directly in line with your shoulders, so again, keep the hands and the arms in line with each other, okay? From here, the first thing I want you to do, everybody, all right? So
yeah.
If you're sitting down, what I want you to do is everyone leg for me, bring it up into the air. If you're on the floor, keep it in line with your hips, and then you're going to drop it down again. And repeat, lift up the leg and drop. Again, lift up and drop. One more, lift up and drop. Other leg for me, same thing, lift it up and drop. Again, lift up and drop. Again, lift up and drop. One more, lift up and drop. Nice. If you're on the floor, you check your alignment again for me, making sure it's all nice and in line. From here, you're just going to lift up one arm forwards, okay? So think about which arm you're going to move first. It's going to reach forward and you're going to hold it and balance, okay? And this is where it's going to get tricky for those on the floor. So suck in that belly button. Lovely. Place the hands down. Other side. Lift the arm up. Reach it forward. Suck in the belly button. Keep that core nice and tight if you can. Pop the arm down. You know what's coming? We're going to do a leg and an arm. Okay, so you're going to lift up one arm for me, and the opposite leg also comes out. Keep it at hip height for me. You're working your opposite arm and opposite leg. Really squeeze the core. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Replace it down. Other side. So the other arm, reach it forwards. Other leg, reach out behind. Keep it hip height. Hold. So really focus on that core. Focus on your balance. Squeeze the tummy in. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Replace it down. Really nice. The last thing we're going to do is those pulses. So one leg comes up for me at 90 degrees. So keep that knee bent when you're on the floor. Keep the knee higher than hips if you can. And you're going to pulse the leg. So nice small pulses up and down. If you're on the chair, lift the leg up a little bit off the floor and pulse. Again, try not to let that knee drop if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put that leg down. Change legs for me. Other side, 90 degrees and pulse. Again, keep the knee higher than hips if you can. If you're on the chair, keep that leg up. Small pulses. Don't put the foot down. 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Replace it down. If you're on the floor, pop those hips back for me so you're going to sit. You're going to sit back on your heels. Reach forward to stretch out that back. If you're on the chair, hands above the heads, please. Nice and tall. This time, though, if you're on the chair, I don't want you slouching back. I want your spine off the back of the chair. Really reach, really pull up. Lovely. Okay, if you're on the floor, nice and easy, you're going to come up to standing. Let's just have a little quick drink because that was quite tough on the floor. Nice and easy coming up. Everyone have a little quick drink for me. I'm going to pop that away. We're not going to do that floor exercise again, so you can move your mats. So in this next section, you might need your chair, okay, for balance. Grab one if you need one. Lovely. Okay. No rush. If you're still having a drink, keep having a drink. No rush at all. From here, let's go into. I need my nose because I forget. So we're going to do our Pilates. So we're going to do some back stretches. So those of you that are struggling with the backs, just be careful with this one. Don't overdo it. And we're going to come into our squats and then we're going to come into the hips. So first thing I want you to do, press those hands together at chest height for me. So almost in like a prayer position. You're really pushing the hands together so the elbows are engaged. And by that I mean, if you're not pushing them together, this will happen. push them together and they'll rise. Perfect. You're going to keep them in the middle of your body and you're going to twist round to the side. You're going to come to center and you're going to go the other side, but you're not moving your hips. Your hips are staying still. It is just your torso that is moving, okay? Not your hips. You look over that back shoulder, you're really stretching the back. So like I said, if you have those sort of back niggles, just be careful, just take it nice and slow. There's no rush whatsoever. Perfect, really nice. Now, we're going to come back to centre. Change the hands that we do when we do our Thursdays class. They're going to be at the chest height, palms facing down. Now going into a torso twist. Again, still keeping the hips still, but this time the hands are flat, palms are facing the floor. Lovely. Nice and slow. Really good. And making sure you're looking over that back shoulder. Lovely. Really nice. Lovely. Last one coming to centre. Dropping the arms to the side. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see. So you're going to have your one arm is going to come back and the palm is facing out. Okay, so it's pushing away. The other hand is coming up above the head and it's pushing the other way. So you've got a two-way stretch here with the back. You're then going to change arms and you're going to do it the other way. So the other arm comes down, push away, hold that stretch, and then you change. Lovely. So as you breathe in, you're going to change the arms. You're going to breathe out, go into the stretch. Breathing in, you're going to change. Lovely. So we all might be at different speeds because we've all got different speeds of breathing, and that is absolutely fine. So turn to face the screen so I can see you. Lovely, really nice. Do a few more for me. So really enjoy this. This is a nice back stretch. Don't hold the breath. Keep breathing. Lovely. One more for me. Nice. And bring those arms down. We're going to go into our lovely squats. So I'm going to turn to the side again so you can see. So as you come down into your squat, pushing your hips back for me, the arms are going to reach up, and then as you come to standing, they go down. Okay, so you're going to reach and then up. Lovely. Reach. Try and keep a nice flat back if you can. So try not to hunch over. Really think about keeping a nice straight back. Pushing back in those hips. You've got to pretend you're about to sit on the chair, and then you change your mind. Lovely. Really good. Like there. Just making sure, carry on. I'm just making sure everyone's technique's okay. I have to whip you all in shape. Keep going. And when we're going to come up, so the next time you come to standing, I want you to come up onto your tiptoes, replace the feet down, and then carry on. So up onto tiptoes, replace the feet down, and then into a squat. Toes, nice, and down. Again, squat, tiptoes, and down. Lovely, two more. Really push up onto those tiptoes, try and get high. Last one. Push, 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 push. Lovely, coming down. Okay, final thing, and then you right on your chair, okay, for some balance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flit between standing and sitting, okay? And this is to show you the version of it standing and a version of it sitting. You do not need to change, okay? So if you're going to do this sitting, stay sitting throughout. If you're going to do it standing, you stay standing throughout, okay? It should just be me boinging between the two, all right? So choose your option. You can sit on the chair or you can stand. The first thing I would like you to do is you're going to lift one leg up for me and you're going to point and flex the foot. All right, so the ankle is pointing and flexing. That's all you need to think about. Point and flex. The higher you can hold that knee up in the air, the harder it's going to be. Lower the leg makes it easier. Just keep pointing and flexing. Perfect. From here, rotate the ankle round in a circle for me. If that is too difficult and it's too much, stay pointing and flexing, all right? Rotate the other way. Really nice. And then change legs. I'm going to show you sitting. So stay standing if you're standing. I'm just going to do it sitting. So lift up the other leg and point and flex. Lovely. If you are sitting on the chair, remember you can hold up the leg. So you can put a hand underneath the thigh, and that's just going to give you a bit of support. And rotate the ankle round for me. So nice big circles with those ankles. Again, if it's too difficult, then you stay doing a point and flex. And go the other way. Oh, I'm right in the sun. It's boiling in here. Sam's got a hoodie on. I'm sweating. Lovely, really nice. Let's change legs. I'll show you this one standing. So this time again, you're going to bring up that leg at 90 degrees for me if you can. Lower to make it easier. And you're going to swing the bottom half of the leg forward and back. So you're using your knee only. So your hips stay still. It is your knee that's working. I'm just going to open my door. So just using your knee. All right, so not the hips. It is the knee. This is where I'm going to really build up that strength in the knee. Lovely, really nice. Pop that leg down. I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to do it on the chair so you can see. Pick up that other leg and swing it. So from the knee only, forward and back. Only use the knee. Hips stay nice and still. You're just working those muscles around the knee. So this is a really good one to build up the protective I was going to say muscle, the protective muscles in the knee. I was going to say something else then. So really good one if you do have weak knees. This is a really good one to do. To make it harder, you can add some ankle weights, and that's really then going to put a restraint on the knee, and again, we'll build up that muscle. Perfect. All right, coming on to the other side, to the other leg for me. We're going to go back to those hip rotations. So open round. This time it's going to be a big circle for me. So you're going to go one way. Remember your options. The higher the knee, the harder it's going to be. Drop the knee and it's going to make it easier. Okay? If it's too much, of course, you can come and sit on the chair. You don't have to do this part. Change direction for me, circle the hip the other way. Lovely. You're going to feel it in the hips, so if you do feel that kind of tension, that is normal, all right? What's not normal is pain. You shouldn't feel pain. Really nice. Drop the hip down. Other side for me, lift up that leg. circle it round. I'm going to show you on the chair, so stay standing if you're standing. Those of you that are sitting doing this, you're going to rotate round. Lovely. Remember, the higher the knee, the harder it is. Change direction. Baby doing this one. Keep going. I can't talk and get punched. Lovely. Last one coming up. So final stage. Oh, I've got a final stage for me. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to lift up the knee again, keeping it 90 degrees if you can. Lower it to make it easier. You're going to open it out and close. So open and close. Lovely. Open the leg, close. This is really going to work the hips. When you're closing, allow it to just slightly cross onto the other side. Again, that's completely normal. If you've had a hip operation or a replacement, don't cross. Just keep it center when you close, okay? Crossing can really upset the alignment of the hips. Had an operation. Really nice. And last one, let's do one more. So you're going to go on the other leg. I'll show you sitting for those that are sitting. Lift up that leg. Let's go. Open and close. Lovely. Again, higher the knee, the harder it is. Lower the knee, it's going to make it easier. Really open and close. Lovely. Really, really well done. And final one. Oh, drop that leg. Again, remember, if those hips have become too much, they're a bit sore, walk through the heels and that's going to release that tension. But you're going to be pleased to know, cool down time. So everybody now grab a chair. I'm going to do it facing the side so you can see. Perfect. So if you need to obviously have a drink, please do it. I'm going to lower my screen slightly. So have a seat on the chair for me. The first stretch I would like you to do is you're going to have your feet slightly out in front and you're going to make sure the feet are flat on the floor. Okay, so no sort of gap between your foot and the floor. It will mean there's going to be a slight bend in the knees. Okay, so that's absolutely fine. All you're going to do, hands on top of the legs, you're going to go down towards the toes. Okay, so a nice stretch out. I obviously can't go very far, so you all can get further than me to get down. So you're going to try and aim to get the hands to the feet. A nice stretch out the back, a nice stretch out in the legs. Really let the neck relax, so hang that head, and then nice and slowly come up through the spine, making sure your head's the last thing to come up. Lovely. Next time, we're going to change the feet. So heels down for me, toes pointing the ceiling. You're now going to feel this stretch in the calf. So same thing, hands on top of the thigh. You're going to go down as far as you can. You're aiming for the top of the toe. There we go. Top of the toe for me. Really stretch. Now to make it harder, I'm going to lift up my foot so you can see. Hands on the top of the toe. Even harder, try and hold onto the ball of the foot. Even harder, reach down to the heel. All right, so you've got a few options there. But as long as you can feel that stretch, you're working. Again, let the head relax, hang it down, and then nice and slowly through the spine. Lovely. Your next little stretch, this is going to really stretch out the hips. We've done quite a lot of work in the hips. We're going to stretch them. So, 3 different options here for your legs. You're either going to reach it up, so you're going to have ankle over the knee, or you're going to have knee over knee, or easy version, you're going to just cross at the ankle. Okay, so we're going to let you choose which one you're going to use. Let me actually, so you can see that version. There we go. And all you're going to do is you're going to use your torso as the weight. I just want you to lean over that leg. All right, so again, as far as you feel comfortable, lean over the leg, drop the head, let the neck relax. The stretch should be coming in from that hip down the thigh. Really nice stretch. Again, don't get concerned about how far or how low you are, as long as you can feel the stretch. Lovely. Change in legs for me. So, other side. Again, remember those options. If you're comfortable-ish, lean over for me. Again, as far as you feel comfortable. Lovely. Don't forget to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Lovely. And coming back up for me. Drop that leg down. We're going to go into a static torso stretch. So one hand underneath the opposite thigh for me. The other arm, anchor it behind you on your chair. You're going to look over that back shoulder and hold that stretch. Okay, so nice and easy. Hold it. Try and keep the bum on the chair though. Okay, don't lift up the hip. Keep them firmly on the chair. You're going to come to centre and you'll go the other side. So hook round, and the arm over, looking over that shoulder. Lovely. Back to centre. Really nice. Let's go with these arms then. So one arm across the body and let's pull it in for that nice stretch. And we're going to change and go the other way. So again, pull it in, avoiding those joints, so making sure we're holding the arm at the forearm, so not holding at the wrist or the elbow. I'm forgetting body parts. I was going to say knee, not the knee. Lovely. And then let's reverse. So up onto the back of the shoulder, and then you're going to have that hand up onto the elbow, pull it back. Try and sit tall if you can. Try not to slouch. Awesome. Don't hold your breath. And let's go the other side. So up and to the back of the shoulder. Nice. Holding onto that elbow. Pull it back. Lift up in that chest. Try not to hold that breath. Try not to slouch. Really think about that posture. Lovely. Bring those arms down. Oh, let's finish with the head. So we're going to look one way, and then you're going to come through centre, and you're going to look the other side for me. And again, change sides. So you're going to look the other way. And final time, changing sides. And then this time, you're going to come to centre, and you're going to look up to the ceiling. So go as far as you feel comfortable. If at any point you feel dizzy looking up, you must stop. And then bring that head down. You're going to go all the way, chin to chest, looking down to the floor. And then change. So lifting that head up to the ceiling. Remember, dizziness. If you feel dizzy at any time, you need to stop. Final time, looking down for me. And then once you get all the way down, chin to chest, you're going to do some big circle rolls at the head. So you're going to do 2 circle rolls going one way. Again, if you feel too dizzy, please don't do these. But nice and slowly, head circles. You're going to do 2 in one direction, and then you're going to change, and you're going to do 2 the other way. Again, nice and slow, jerking the neck. Lovely. And then once you've done those final 2, bring the head to centre. I'm going to move up. Right, let me take your time if you're still going. There's no rush. Perfect. Right.